Hello, friends. This is actually a very good morning from Betterify. This is 1 a.m. in the morning, 1 a.m. in the night, actually. You see, the Mindtree results were declared by the company after the market hours. So this is an analysis of those results. So I would like to share with you the analysis of Mindtree Q2 financial year, current financial year Q2 results. Let's see the results. You know, I have been following this particular format, this particular template. So let us first see the top line of the company. So the total income of the company. See, in the last year, for the entire financial year 2021, all figures are in million. It was 81,195 million. And in the same year for half, that is last year half year, 2 quarters, it was 38,999 million. And in the current year half, that is half year in the current financial year, it is increased to 50,245 millions. And the quarterly total income, this is September, the current year quarter, but last year. So this is September 20 in financial year 2021. It was 19,505 million. And in the current year first quarter, it is increased to 23,635. And in the second quarter of the current financial year, it is increased to 26,610 from 23,635. So the total income on quarter-on-quarter basis is increased by 12.59%, and the same total income on year-on-year basis increased by 36.43%. In the same way, let us proceed towards the bottom line of the company. So the net profit in the last year, financial year 2021, it was 11,105 millions. And for the second half, for the half of that year, so financial year 2021, for the 2 quarters, it was 4,667 million. In the half year current year, it has increased to 7,423 million. So half year versus half year, current year versus last year, it is increased from 4,667 million to 7,423 million. And on quarterly front, last year September quarter, it was 2,537 million, and in the current year first quarter, it is increased to 3,434 million. And in the second quarter of the current financial year, from 3,434, it is increased to 3,989 million. So on quarter-on-quarter basis, the net profit is increased by 16.16%, and the same net profit on year-on-year basis is increased by 57.23%. Now let us see the EPS, earnings per share. So the earnings per share for the entire year for financial year 2021 was 67.44. And for the same year for the half till September 20, the first half, it was 28.35. And the same is increased to current year half, that is till September 21, for 2 quarters of the current financial year, it is increased to 45.06. So in the half year comparison, last year versus this year, from 28.35, it has gone to 45.06. Now let's see the quarterly EPS. September quarter last year, it was 15.41. And in the current year first quarter, it is increased to 20.85. And in the second quarter, it is increased to 24.21. So 15.41 to 24.21 on year-on-year basis, and 20.85 to 24.21 on quarter-on-quarter basis. So the EPS has increased by 16.12%, on quarter-on-quarter basis, and the same EPS is increased by 57.11% on year-on-year basis. Now let us see the margins. The operating profit margin stood at 22.06% for the financial year 2021, and the same margin for the half year that year. So financial year 2021 for the half year till September 20 end, for 2 quarters, it was 19.59%, and this has increased to 22.89% in the current year for 2 quarters. So half year last year and half year current year. Now let us see the quarterly OPM. So it was 20.85 for September 20, that is last financial year, and the same has gone up to 22.84 in June 21, and then it is further has gone to 22.93 in the September quarter. So on year-on-year basis, from 20.85 to 22.93, the operating profit margin has gone up from 20.85 to 22.93 on year-on-year basis, and it has gone from 22.84 to 22.93 on quarter-on-quarter basis. So the operating profit margin has increased by 0.40% on quarter-on-quarter basis, and the same has increased by 9.97% on year-on-year basis. Now let us see the net profit percent margin. It stood at 13.94 for the financial year 2021, and for the half of the year for the same year, it was 12.17. So 2 quarters of financial year 2021, and it has increased to 15.22 in the current year for 2 quarters. So half year of the current year, it is 15.22. So it is increased from 12.17 to 15.22 on half yearly basis. Last year half year versus this year half year. Now let us see the quarterly NPM. Now for last year September, that is September 2020, it was 13.17, and the same has gone up to 14.98 in June 21, and the same has further gone up to 15.42% in September 21. So on year-on-year basis, the net profit margin is increased from 13.17% to 15.42%, and it is increased from 14.98% to 15.42% on quarter-on-quarter basis. So the increase in percentage, if you see, so the net profit margin has gone up by 2.93% on quarter-on-quarter basis, and the same has gone up by 17.09% on year-on-year basis. Now let us see how the stock price has performed for all these periods. See, the Mindtree stock price was 2076 as on 31st March 2021, and the same was 1336 on September 20 of that financial year. So on September 2020, it was 1336, and as of today, it is 4350. So in 6 months, last year 6 months and current 6 months, if we see, it has gone up from 1336 to 4350. And now as on September, let us see how it moved on quarter-on-quarter basis. September 20, it was 1336. As on June end, it was 2521, and as on today, it is 4350. So if we see the stock price increase, it is increased by 68.55 on quarter-on-quarter basis, and it has increased by 225.55%, more than 225% on year-on-year basis. Now, let us compare the stock price with the Nifty IT Index. So the Nifty IT Index was at 25,980 as on 31st March 2021, and the same was on 30th September 2020, it was 20,110, And as on today, it is 35,286. So half year, if you see last year September to this year September, it has moved from 20,000 to 35,000. Now let us see quarterly. As on September 30, 2020, it was 20,110. As on June end, it was 29,000. And as on September end, that is as on today, it is 35,286. So the Nifty IT Index has moved like this, changed like this. On quarter basis, it is increased by 21.66%. And this and it is on year basis, it is increased by 75.46%. Now let us see the Nifty 50 index, how it moved for moved for all these periods, in all these periods. See, Nifty 50 index was at 14,691 as on 31st March 2021, and the same was 11,417 on 30th September 2020. And as on today, Nifty 50 is at 18,162. So it moved from 11,417 to from September 2020 to as on today to 18,162. Now let us see on quarterly basis. As on 30th September 2020, it was 11,000. It was on 11. It was at a level of 11,417. It moved to 15,680 as on end of June of the current year. And as on today, it is at 18,162. So the Nifty 50 index is increased by 15.83% on quarter basis. And the same is increased by 59.08% on year basis. Now let us see this comparison. So EPS on quarter is increased by 16.12. The stock price increased by 68.55%, and the Nifty IT Index is increased by 21.66%, and the Nifty 50 is increased by 15.83%. And on year basis, the EPS is increased by 57.11%. The stock price has gone up by 225.55%. The Nifty IT Index has gone up by 75.46%, and the Nifty 50 is gone up by 59.08%. So this is the analysis of the results of Mindtree. I thought of sharing the analysis with you because tomorrow, because the results were declared after the market hours. Now let us see how the market will respond to these results tomorrow when the market opens up. So thank you, friends. Thank you for listening to this analysis. Please let me know what do you think of these results in the comments. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening. And let us meet again on some other company's results. Thank you so much.